All right, we are ready to go. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit, guys. Got my membership board up here. We're at 12. The goal is to get to 20 by the end of the night. So let's go. Channel memberships right now. As low as $2.99, you could help Warboss Tay Studios. And what are we doing? Well, I want to show off these Artel W Boom Skwad Orks. I love these so much. They are hilarious. They're so characterful. I love how this guy's like tripping while he's holding this mine as he's rushing forward. This like deep sea diving mine. So crazy. Perfect, ridiculous orkiness there. And then the squad doesn't come with this guy, but I had to get him. He's like an add-on. He looks like the soldier from Team Fortress 2. It's the Boom Skwad boss or the chief. So he's got like a World War II army helmet. I'm gonna paint him up like the soldier in Team Fortress 2 with like red and like a dark gray helmet and like red vest and pants. I think he's gonna look pretty awesome. I love too how all of these guys are holding like various amounts of artillery and ordnance. He's hilarious. And then got this guy who's rushing forward. He's holding like a little grenade launcher as well as a little rocket pistol. So crazy. Look at this. It's like a little cobbled together contraption with rockets coming out of the top. So fun. And then of course he's got another like rocket launcher that says boom on him and a little like artillery round there, grenades strapped to the front. And I did build, I wasn't sure if I built the entire squad, but this entire squad is all built up. Here's a guy with a tank hammer. He's got 2 RPGs on his back. Terrific, rushing forward. He's gonna just slam that rocket into something and probably not survive the explosion. This giant cut on his arm, so great. And I'm really gonna be doing in a little while is painting up these Emperor's Children models, but I really wanted to share this because it's what I've been working on for Sporky Toberfest, which is my September and October painting challenge. So if you are interested in joining, all you have to do is look in your pile of potential, your pile of shame, find models that are either orcs or spooky models because it's the Halloween season. Hello, Frame F4. And then if you want to join the Discord, you can join the Discord and post your progress and help one of those teams get to the most painted models by Halloween. So right now, I think Team Orcs is actually a little ahead going in. There are a lot of orc miniatures, but a lot of people are going to be working on either their spooky miniatures or their orc miniatures. So I hope you join. I hope you check it out. Links in the description. So remember, the goal is we want to get to 20 membership goals by the end of tonight. Can we do it? I hope so. I love getting super chats, but in the case of, I feel like you get more value if you become a channel member, because not only do you get access to ridiculous Warhammer memes before anyone else, but you also get access to all of my free painting digital products on the Discord. So like I've got calendars, recipe cards, all that sorts of stuff. You can have access to everything if you are a member of my channel on YouTube. So if you would like to support, if you just want to support my channel though, I would of course not be averse to you sending me a super chat, but I do want to nudge that subscriber goal as close to 20 as I can tonight in this live stream. You know, it's funny. I was like, I haven't checked out a bunch of YouTube live streams in a long time. So I just was doom scrolling for a little bit on YouTube Live, and boy, it is. I don't know if this is the same experience you guys have, but the lives on YouTube, the live streams, they are not that great. I'm seeing a lot of like street vendors making food, a lot of people just sleeping. Like, what are you doing? Is this content? Is this how far we've fallen in a society that you can just aim the camera at yourself and go to sleep, and in the morning hope to wake up to a bunch of channel subscribers? And I don't know. Maybe I'm just a part of the old guard that believed you had to actually produce quality content in order to get support. All right, so these are Palatine blades. I'm starting a tutorial. All right, I'm halfway through a tutorial where I want to paint up this guy. Howdy, howdy, Tiki the Hut. Hello, Tran Mers. I just finished my live stream, paint and chat, and saw you had one going. Oh, thank you. What are you working on? So this guy's actually I'm saving for actually recording how to paint. Oh, look at that. I missed that whole section behind his leg. Let's fix that. If I watch your channel too long, I will fall asleep too. Did my wife pay you to say that? Come in here and sabotage my stream? All right. Phoenician purple. Great base purple for doing Emperor's Children. In fact, I was thinking like, well, if I was to do a heresy army, lots of Forge World and Mark II from Horus Heresies, the new Saturnine box, then I would definitely start with Phoenician purple instead of Nagaroth Knight. Oh, Conflict 47, nice. I'm working on my Orc boys off camera, which these are 30K, Warhammer 30K Forge World resin Emperor's Children. Their color scheme before they went pink and black in 40K was this deep, rich purple. Hey, if you are not on my Discord, Tiki the Hut, I would love if you take part because we're doing this painting challenge in October. That's a mix of my usual yearly challenge, which is called Spooky Toberfest, where everybody paints up a spooky miniature, and what is normally like Orktoberfest, right? So it's orcs versus spooks, or the Wah versus wraiths. And so you can choose which model or which team you want to paint a model for. You can switch teams at any time. You can jump back and forth and paint up like an orc for Team Orcs or a spooky model for Team Spooky. And we just want to see how many painted models we can get from the Discord members by the end of October 31st. So it started September 1st. There's daily questions. There's, you can post their works in progress, anything. And by spooky model, I don't mean just like it has to be a scary model. You can also paint something that's been in your pile of shame for a spooky amount of time, or a model that cost you a spooky amount of money to purchase. You know, there's really just whatever you feel like doing. All right. Thank you for the sub, Tiki the Hut. Please do the Blood Angels. Do I have any Blood Angels to do? I know I have some Blood Angels at, we're staying at my in-laws' place in the Bay Area, and I've got a ton of Forge World Blood Angels back at my place in Sacramento. So maybe I will, definitely when I go back there, maybe I'll break some of those guys out. I just finished a Twisted Metal Sweet Tooth themed orc. Nice. Very cool. Oh, there you are, Tiki the Hut. Welcome to the War Boss Tay Discord. Can you paint Slanesh Terminator? I think I do have some Phoenix Guard Terminators, but I don't have them right in front of me. Let me just share with you guys, if you are interested in painting Warhammer 30K Emperor's Children, this is the color scheme that I go for, and I think it's beautiful. The purple is like edging in the highlights towards pink, but it's not like a bright pink and black like the modern day 40K era pink Emperor's Children is. It's a beautiful, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a beautiful progression from purple, rich, deep purple, to pink in the extreme highlights. And I'm gonna teach you my recipe right now. This is making me want to tackle my 3 Imperial Guard combat patrols of shame. Yes, Camilo Garcia. In fact, if they've been haunting you for a spooky amount of time, then I suggest you commit them to our Spooky Toberfest challenge. Links in the description to get to my Discord, where you can like commit them to paint through the months of September and October. And let's get them painted. Let's get them painted. Get them on the table. Can you do the Grey Knights? I'm sorry, Grey Knights, the army, one army that I definitely do not have. I don't think I have anything for the Grey Knights. Okay, Phoenician Purple is my base, which you saw me do up to like there. And then the shade that I just did was Drukai Violet. Once that is dry, like on this guy. Yep, I believe that too. Camilo Garcia, 30K Emperor's Children is really nice. Now what I'm gonna do for this is I'm gonna highlight with Serious Purple, some serious purple. Then I'm gonna do extreme highlights with Gene Stealer Pink and gradually add in a little bit of Pink Horror. Oh, thank you for the heart. Thank you for the whoever just liked my live stream. Like I mentioned before, we are at 12 out of 20 channel Templar Dreadnought watching over my channel member board. And the goal number from 12 to 20. Oh boy, if I can get 20 channel members by the end of this live stream, that would be glorious. I would love to do it. So if you join, if you've never seen my live stream before, I've never heard what I offer my channel members, I have on my Discord, I have a channel that I put all of these tools, these digital downloads that I develop, like project planners, calendars, recipe cards, pile of shame lists. And if you are a channel member, then you will get access to all of that. So if that helps to move the needle for you to consider becoming a channel member, supporting me for the low, low price of $2.99 a month. Oh my goodness. What a steal of a deal. Get all those digital downloads for free. You also get access to all of my stupid Warhammer memes that I've been posting. I scheduled them like a week in advance. So some people like to see them early. And that means that if you are a channel member, you will get access to those as soon as I upload them for the week. And I think also I do like channel member questionnaires, question and answer stuff. You get to decide and kind of guide my content. So for example, if I'm getting bored painting this guy, I'll ask my channel members, hey, what do you want to see me paint next? I've got all these different things in my to-do list, and then channel members will decide for everybody what everybody watches me paint next. So there are many perks to being a channel member at Warboss Taste Studios. I hope you consider it. Yo, Warp Enigma, what's up? Can we see your whole collection on your next live stream? I do not have enough space to take everything out. I do have a bunch that's on sale on eBay right now, but maybe I'll look for those. Purple Day, perfection. I turned into an alien after eating radioactive shrimp from Walmart. I'm sorry to hear that, man. We all got problems. You should hear what Fulgrim turned into after he played with the funny sword. I think my favorite part of coming up with a color scheme for these guys was like digging up all of the old Forge World pictures for painters who did these Palatine blades. What's funny about this is that like there's actually this unit in 40K, just like how the Death Guard have Death Shroud Terminators in 40K. So if you want to see what these guys mutated into, what are they called? The 40K version of these guys, like the Flawless Blades or the Faultless Blades. I also have, oh, you know what I also have? If we get any channel members in here, or if any of you decide to become a channel member, I have a Lucius, the Faultless Blade miniature that I want to paint up live on stream, but I'll kind of want to wait until we get some channel members in here. Umis, Beakies. All right, let's build up. Now, usually when I'm painting not on a live stream, what I'll do is assembly line and batch paint. But what I've noticed was that for live streams, it's not very fun to watch somebody batch paint like the trim over and over and over again. So I'm showing you the progression of an entire Palatine blade from base coat to battle ready, from gray to glory. This is the second color in our highlighting suite of colors. It is Jean Steeler Purple. These models really start to come into their own once you put on the gold. Purple and gold is like Games Workshop's Emperor's Children colors for the 30K. It looks so good. It looks so crisp and clean with the white shoulder pads. So I think we can get there. I do Horde Army, so I have to batch paint. Not fun or fun to watch, but super effective. Yep, gotta go big. All right, Warp Enigma. Take care of that baby. I'm right with you. I've got one ear tuning into listen for my baby. If my baby starts screaming from upstairs, I'm gonna have to step away from the stream. I don't actually cut the stream. What I'm gonna do is actually get the baby and then come back. If I have to do that, I apologize. And I hope you all are subscribed with notifications on, because then you will, like if I have to leave and cut the stream for real, then at least you'll know when I start streaming again or when I start uploading. Basically subscribe and ring the notification bell. That's what I'm saying. Also, if you leave a comment and I don't see it, it's pushed up the comments. I'm sorry for that. I apologize. If you send me a super chat, I probably will see it before it goes away. But yeah, I'm really focusing on what I'm doing right now, so I might miss if you leave me a comment. I might miss it. I'm gonna try not to though. Just sent Igor to take Cujo. What's up, my brother? Igor's trying to figure out how to keep track of all of my posting lately. Ain't that right, Igor? Yes, master. Igor's Sporkytoberfest. How you been, Cujo? What you working on? I feel like you're not in the same time zone as me. Are you in like some Asian country or Europe somewhere? I always feel like you're in a different time zone than I am. I feel nervous painting around Cujo watching me because he's like, his stuff is so good. Every time he posts something on Twitter, I'm like, I quit painting. I quit. All of his stuff is so good. Tiki the Hut. All right, I'll catch you next stream. Take it easy. Thank you for popping in, my friend. Appreciate it. All right, let's add the secret sauce. Some pink horror. With any secret ingredient, you don't want to be overpowering with it, but you do want to add enough to make a statement. Found here is like the best place to add this color. If you guys are interested in the brushes that I'm using, I use these fine detail brushes from Golden Maple. If you click on the link in the video description, it'll take you there. And if you use the promo code WART, W-A-R-T, then you will get 10% off your purchase. So go ahead and do that, save yourself some money, and get some terrific detail brushes and dry brushes. I actually use the dry brushes to paint, to base coat all of these guys, because it was going to be too long, and I do not use an airbrush. Doing it by brush would have taken me too long. Well, it's 11 a.m. at the moment. Okay, so you are GMT, maybe? I painted a high martial hub, right? Bjorn 69. That is a model I have yet to paint, but I sure would like to. Haven't painted in nearly a year. Need to get back. What? That's impossible. You're posting painted miniatures on Twitter all the time. What are you talking about? What timeline am I in? The machine spirit told me to say hi. Hello, Scoffy. The machine spirit is wise. We must always do what the machine spirit tells us to, unless it tells us to go to sleep, because sleep is for the weak. These minis won't paint themselves if you're sleeping. Yeah, GMT. Those are old ones. Yes, yes. Emperor's Children, Palatine Blades from Forge World, resin miniatures for Warhammer 30K. That's what these are, my friends. Look at this terrible mold line. I gotta shave that away before someone comes and takes my painting license away. I can't paint anymore. All right, that should do it. Now let's do the cloth. Now, when I paint with black, I do not use Abaddon Black. Abaddon Black is it's a conspiracy by Big Games Workshop to sell an $8 pot this big of black paint that looks exactly like craft store paint. So instead, I use this. I bought this from Walmart. You can get it from Target. You can get it from anywhere. I bought it for like $3, $2.99. Do I still have the sticker? I think one of these, another one of these two, had like it has the sticker from Walmart. Me until I'm probably gonna have to. My grandson will inherit it because it lasts so long. I'll never run out of it. And see, with black, black is just black. Black is always going to be black. So it doesn't come in various shades like any other color until you start, like, obviously, if you want to change the hue of the black. But like a straight black, an Abaddon black, no one can tell the difference when it's your $8 pot of Abaddon black paint or a $3, $2.99 tube from Walmart. That's why save yourself that money. You're gonna need it to buy more miniatures. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Armor looks good. Once I've got this black cloth painted, I'm gonna switch to some golds. Oh, actually, first I gotta get the shoulder pads. The shoulder pad, the rims of the shoulder pads are in black. Anybody gonna go get the new Blood Bowl game? I've always been interested, but never really so interested that I wanted to buy the starter set. And the Bretonians and the Tomb Kings models look so good that I think I don't know. I'm not gonna say that I will because I don't want to jinx myself. Good looking box. Thank you, Christy Alien. I appreciate that. I think I'm gonna make Igor like my producer. So he's gonna call all the shots, all the segments in my videos. Like right now, he's pointing at his watch, which means that it's time for me to broadcast and to advertise my channel memberships. I'm at 12. I want to get to 20 by the end of this stream. I currently have 44 people watching. So if you are interested in supporting my channel and getting access to a lot of cool perks like my digital downloads and early access to all of my stupid Warhammer memes, then please consider becoming a channel member today. All right, that's the bills paid. How did I do? Was that good, Igor? Yes, master. Next time with a little more emotion, please. Sorry. I am sorry, but it is 3:30 in the morning. My baby just got over a cold. She had like a little head cold. So sad. She's usually this very bright and sunny, bubbly little girl, and when she gets sick, it's so sad. But she's better now. She's better. All right, I think we're good with the black paint. Let's move on to some silver and then some gold. Yeah, that's the ticket. The silver shouldn't take that long. Yep, same as the last release, but with new teams. Do you like Gundam? I've never collected or built up a Gundam. I always use cat or dog whiskers for lines and details. Oh, I never thought about that. I like the Brett team. Yes, the models look nice. Probably won't get it as I have the last one they put out. Did you paint all of them, Cujo? I know so many people said, oh yeah, I bought second edition Blood Bowl and it's still in the shrink wrap. Christy, Alien number 5. That is amazing. My number 5 biggest fan. What is my favorite army? I like all of them. It's easier for me to name armies that I don't like. Like I don't like to paint Necrons, and I don't care to paint Tau. Although, you know what? If you put some Tau minis in front of me now, I think I would probably paint some. And I don't care to paint. You know what? I want to say like most Space Marines, except maybe Black Templars. I've grown fond of painting my Black Templars. I painted one of the Orks. So I'm making Necrons Patrol 2023 right now. Oh, very cool. It's like I don't have anything against the Necrons. I think they're great looking miniatures. I just don't, you know, when you just don't have any like drive or motivation to paint something. That's how I feel about my any Necrons that I have to paint. I was reading in my comments. Boy, like I made a video a while back, like a YouTube short that is kind of gotten a little spicy in the comments about people talking about the Tau and how they're a perfect society, they're a utopian society, and they're perfect. And other people say no, they're blue space communist fish people. And I just like painting the miniatures. I did a Tau commission a while back, and I think if I painted them again, what I would like to do is paint some Tau miniatures in a like white color scheme. Like I don't know if you guys know this, but Tau used to be more of an ochre color. They're releasing a lot of images of the Tau recently with that white armor with the red accents, which is cool because when they first started doing that, I was like, that's really cool. That's a really interesting color scheme. You don't see that. And I'd love to paint one that's like all battle worn. All right, see you later, Crystallian. I had a fully painted set of the older Blood Bowl. Okay, the one with the big ogre on the cover. Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. Isn't that the original or the first edition? All right, this is my favorite gold color. You can no longer find it anymore. I tried looking on eBay, on Amazon. You used to only be able to get it, as far as I knew, in this set called Metal and Alchemy Gold Metallics. And it is my absolute favorite gold color to use because you don't need to really shade it or highlight. Once you put it on, you could just leave it and move on with your life. If you want to shade it and highlight it, you can, but I think it gives this really nice, dark, like a evil gold color that is really cool. Looks great, especially on trim for evil armies. Yeah, it's such a cool color. Excuse me. I'm really trying to make this YouTube thing to make a living of it. That's why I'm really trying to push the channel members and just you guys being here and checking out the stream, commenting, liking the stream, all of that stuff. That's pushing the needle for me. So thank you. Thanks for hanging out. And if you can afford to support me with a super chat or a channel membership, then thank you so much for that. But if not, then you just being here is supporting me. You're telling YouTube that my content is worth watching. And for that, I'm very, very grateful to you. It'll get my content out to more people, which, who knows, maybe one of those will support with a channel membership. All right, the craziest part of this, when I looked at the promo images, is that his little mohawk on his helmet is gold, and then there's all of this trim on the helmet. Yeah, then these two bolts on the side of the helmet are in gold. And there is a little, I see a little bit of trim here at the bottom. Ooh, Emperor's Children with that. With all of that fancy trim work. All right, now let's get to work on the white areas, which is the shoulder pads. For this, I will be using two colors, Celestra Gray and Bold Titanium White. In fact, while we're here, while we have all this beautiful black Let's do the base. Great. Hello, Jacob. How's it going? Is that Alfarius? Not today. This is Palatine Blade. Everybody's Alfarius. Even this guy. Dun, 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 dun. It's one of my orcs I'm going to be painting for Sparkytoberfest. It looks like the soldier from Team Fortress 2. You can see a little eyeball poking out. All right, what was I doing? Incubi Darkness. I think I mentioned I was going to do the shoulder pads, but you know what? I want to finish this black cloth first. Cool. All right, and then I think I did the trim of the shoulder pad. So now we're gonna go in with some Celestra Gray. I'm gonna be using this size 1 golden maple brush. And as I mentioned before, I'm affiliated with Golden Maple. They have this set where you can get 4 detail brushes and 3 dry brushes, including the dry brush that I use in all of these miniatures. Including this brush that I'm using right now for the detail on the shoulder pad. You can get it by clicking the link in the description, my paintbrushes link, and don't forget when you go to use the promo code WART, W-A-R-T, to score 10% off of your purchase. My wife is like, why do you keep that promo code? Tell them to change it. Like, why do you want to be called Wart? And then, well, I don't want to be called Wart, but I think it's memorable. More memorable than if I said, hey, can you not make my promo code this horrifying thing to find on your body? I think it's just funny. Like, it's obviously W-A-R is supposed to be War Boss. He is Forte, right? But oh well. Life gives you lemons kind of thing. And I was like, that's kind of funny. And it's memorable. People will remember Wart more than War BT or some other promo code that is not as memorable. I painted some Cacophony Forge World resin figures a while back, and their shoulder pads are like blank. And I thought it was interesting when I saw these guys, because their shoulder pads are blank, but then they have these weird like golden masks strapped to it. You can tell they're strapped to it because there's like 3 belts winding around over the surface of the trim of the shoulder pad and holding the golden masks in place. What are they for? I don't know. Has it ever been explained in a book what these golden masks are? Hello, Luke. Welcome to the Potter. Bold titanium white. Now, I'm not going to paint straight bold titanium white. It's a little too bright to go right over. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it on my wet palette with the Celestra Gray. And that should give a very nice pop to that Celestra Gray without going too far into the extreme. Which, I mean, you know, Emperor's Children, but still, let's not be silly, as the Mad Hatter would say. All right, so I think I added a little bit too much Celestra Gray to this mix, so we'll do this as a first step up. They're gonna go straight to eBay after I finish painting them up. All right, now let's go with the almost straight titanium white. Still gonna have a little bit of Celestra Gray in it as a Trom Clinks Lord, as a little step down from not using pure bold titanium white, but it is going to pop the color on these shoulder pads even more. At this point, I'm really just using like sharper strokes, short, usually going in the same direction. I try to keep them like diagonal so there's easy to look at. And as I get closer to like the straight edge here, Lynx Lord, now are you traitor? I think there's a little bit of good, a little bit of bad in all of us. All right, that looks pretty decent. Let's do the eyes. I'm gonna use Cabalite green, Gauss Blaster green, and then a little dot of bold titanium white. A conventional wisdom would say just paint these eye lenses white and then do like a contrast paint over it. But I love to make things difficult for myself. So over black, over the Incubi darkness on this black cloth, I'm doing this Cabalite green. Kind of want it to look like a rich velvety black. these green highlights. It looks pretty cool. Oh, I'm sorry. Your voice gets too low and rumbles when you lean back. Hey, how's it going? The one from the past, what's up? He already is both Night Lords, Iron Warriors. You have done, I remember. Yes, I have done those in the past. Night Lords and Iron Warriors. Okay, Chaos Blaster Green. This looks like look at this. Doesn't this look like a mint green ice cream or like whipped cream topping? So great. I'm hungry. All right, and the green, the grup, as Macho Man would say, a little white dot right in the islands. Yeah, why not? Why not? Pistachio, that's what it is. Pistachio. You know, we went to Rome, the Mediterranean. It was like a Greek cruise, and then we ended up in Rome in the Vatican. There was this tea house at the bottom by the Trevi Fountain, bottom of the Spanish Steps. I guess it's a different place. And I think it was the bottom of the Spanish Steps. And there was a tea house called Babington's. And they had, the night we went, they had this pistachio gelato. Frost Heart. And it was so good. I think that's where we caught COVID. So it's way back in the long ago, before all the craziness of the world. I was like deathly sick on the cruise ship. I was like, why? After we left Italy, why am I coughing so much? I feel like I'm gonna pass out all the time. I felt like I was gonna pass out. And it was because I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure this is before COVID was a thing. I'm 99% sure that I caught it. All right. Boost up that immunity. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I think that is going to be it for this guy. He's all done. He's all finished. So he's going to join his friend over here. Ooh, 2 out of the 5 finished. Like I said, I'm saving this guy for a tutorial, which I'm in the middle of filming, but I can now move on to the 3rd or the 4th guy in the squad. I think this is the sergeant because he's got the top knot. But I guess the question is really going to be for my channel members. Should I move on to paint? I've got my Space Wolves Varigears. I've got some Night Lord, a kill team of Night Lords. I've got some Black Templars Intercessors, or Lynx Lord and the one from the past, should I continue with these Palatine Blades. In fact, I also have a Lucius the Eternal model, or a 30k, Warhammer 30k Lucius. And I've got a Relic Contempt. So you guys choose. Since you are the channel members, you guide my content in the next part of the show. I relinquish all responsibility for what I do next to you guys. Yeah, I've got some Night Lord kill team salamanders. I don't have any salamanders. I got these guys. I've got more Palatine blades. I've got an ancient Rylanor dreadnought. Got some Varigir Terminators for the Space Wolves. And I've got Lucius, the Faultless Blade. I wanted to get started with my 40k, my Fellowship of the Ring, or the Brotherhood of the Nine from RTLW, but I did not prime them. So actually the model I wanted to get started with is this Space Gandalf. I just haven't primed him yet, but he's gonna be so cool. Like an Inquisitor Gandalf that looks so awesome. I think it's gonna be great. Just gotta prime all of them. I'm really looking forward to painting his the Space Bornir. Just because he's got the finger. He's doing one does not simply. His sword came off. I have to reglue his sword. All right, Space Boromir. Boop. One does not simply lose your chainsword. So these are resin from RTLW. That means I'm gonna have to hit it with the Bob Smith super glue accelerator just to give it a little bit of an extra hold. Oh, sorry guys. I don't know why there's a hiccup in the stream. It bothers me every time. Every time I live stream, I feel like there's a little bit of a delay or a hiccup. Who's the Dread? The Dread is a Emperor's Children Dreadnought. Relic Contemptor Dread. So I'll be painting that in glorious purple. Nice. All right, he's all fixed. Okay, so Lynx Lord and the one from the past. You guys decide, am I gonna be painting Space Wolves, Lucius, not yet the Eternal, a Dreadnought for the Emperor's Children, some Night Lords, or some more Palatine Blades. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it could be the area. There's a lot of interference sometimes. Space Wolves is almost chaos. They're chaos adjacent. I know I don't have my Dowie here though. I think I took them all back home to Sacramento, and then when we moved back to help my in-laws, these were like the only ones I packed. So I definitely got to get through these in the next couple of days. But what do you guys think? Let me know. If not, I'm probably gonna choose. I haven't done my Night Lords in a long time. I might do Night Lords. All right, let me see if I can get my Night Lords out. You dare, guys, find my most. All right, let's stay on the chaos track. We've got our Emperor's Children getting painted up. Let's stay on the chaos track. It's a lot of fun things to paint in this squad. It's a kill team. It's actually the Chaos Legionnaires team. But I gotta get to work on them. There's too much. There's too much trim on these guys to ignore them for too long. All right, Night Lords or Space Wolves. Space Wolves can hang out for a little bit. Let's get more Night Lords done. All right, is this 10? Do I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Yep. All right. Hail the God Emperor. These are loyalist Night Lords. All right, welcome to the 26 of you who are hanging out. Thank you for joining me this beautiful Saturday morning. I am looking at bumping up my membership number for my channel. So right now we're at 12. The goal is 20 by the end of this stream. So if you feel like supporting my channel in a substantive way, then I would love to have you become a channel member for the low price of $2.99 a month. You could be supporting a small, very small independent YouTuber. All right, that's the ad read out of the way. How was that, Igor? Was that good? That was very good, master. Thank you. Gotta get everything past my producer, Igor. Putting all them vampire heads on my minis. Nice. All right. Again, using my $3 tube of black paint. Let me just be... Let's keep all these on the side and bring them out one by one. Putting the paint on the base before I move on. This is good since I've got my Necro Gold on my wet palette. It all works out. It all works out. Everything according to plan, as Zinch would say. All right. Oh, shucks. Now I got him. Here. Put you on the side. Let's move on to a regular guy. Here we go. It's the regular Joe. All right, somebody start a timer. Let's see how long it takes me to paint up one guy. Since I got the black paint, I'll also do the bolter. As well as the inner parts, the inner like joints and suit parts, the body armor. I'll do that first because we're going to be doing the trim. And this black piping. The only prep work I did for these was base coating in Night Lord's blue. And then I shaded, or I highlighted that up with Cantor blue. Yeah, the reason why I'm really pushing for my channel memberships is I'm hoping to make a go of this YouTube thing. I really want to be able to support myself through YouTube, but not just YouTube, but also like commissions and sales on eBay. It's like a whole symbiotic relationship. You must understand that. It's like a bunch of different ways to keep myself from going back to a backbreaking 9 to 5, and I really hope I can make it work. Right, I think I did like a black for the belt. Then, yeah, trying to keep the flayed skins to a minimum. Just because I'm using like I'm using flayed skin for use it like flayed skin faces on their shoulder pads, like this guy. So I want to make sure that I save the skin tones for that. But yeah, that's why I'm pushing like my stupid Warhammer memes. I'm trying to publish those like every half hour at my peak upload times. And just trying to be as proactive here on YouTube as possible. Did you see the new Raptor kill team? I did, yes. It looks great. C4 man, I have a question. I've been painting some Krieg soldiers, and the coat always looks like I put paint on it with a sponge. Will it be easier to move to a country with proper work-life balance? That's true. That's true. I am in a country where it's like impossible to support a family on a single income. Unless you're like the CEO of some kind of tech firm. C4 man, yes, I can tell you how to do that. The coat always looks like I put on paint with it with a sponge. In fact, I do have a Krieg kill team. I would suggest you use a brush that is a little bit larger than a detail brush. This is my base coat brush. It's a golden maple size 4. It's one of the brushes that comes in the set that I use. Oh, I hear my baby screaming. But yeah, it's a brush size. So if you don't want your models to look like you're using a sponge on them, then use a larger size brush. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to dip out for just a second. If you want to hang out, please feel free. I'll try to be back. I'll try to be back in a little bit. All right, welcome back. Holy moly. How's everybody doing? All 16 of you hanging out. Man, that was rough. My little girl is not happy in the middle of the night. She just can't settle. So, I had to stay long enough to get her down, and then I just could not pull myself away. I was like, every time I tried to get moving, stand up and make it my way towards the door. She's at that age where, like, I guess we could sleep train them, like really seriously sleep train them by just like locking them in the bedroom. But yeah, it's just too hard. They scream and they cry and it makes me so sad. So, oh well. Alright. I am back, Lynx Lord. Who knew? What did I miss? What's going on? How are we doing? I think if that happens again, I'm probably gonna just shut it down because that was a while. These guys kind of spooky. If I can finish this unit, that should be a team spooky submission for Spookytoberfest. A long list I have to scroll through. I gotta remember before I before I shut down the live stream, I gotta go through and look at everything I missed. Why don't I do that now while I see where I am? Thank you. Oh wow, how do I even say your name? Gearmund Skogstad Lingas. Both greenskin and spooky, as I will do my Forest Goblin's Blood Bowl tea. That's fantastic. All right, let's scroll all the way up if I can. It is a long list. Lynx Lord upgraded membership to the workbench. I gotta look and see what that is again. I think you're the first person. Thank you so much, Lynx Lord. Woohoo! Yeah, we have a great community in the Discord. Oh yeah, you know what my favorite mini? That's a good question. I just have such a personal attachment to, you know, Igor and the boys. Can I choose three favorite minis? Yep. I like the method of using green, liquid green to get paint off of plastic minis. In fact, any kind of minis. Making terrain, Vulcan has done. Nice. Awesome. 30 down rest, that's what I hear too. I gotta get me some of that. Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. As much as I love hanging out, and I hate leaving you guys to run off. It's like daddy duty. My little human. All right, and we're back. Horse-sized spiders are scary to me. It's the military. I've never seen the Forest Goblins Blood Bowl team. I have to look them up. Having the live stream and having people hang out is definitely one way to get through this slog of painting chaos trim. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Especially Lynx Lord while I went to take unit. And for bumping your subscription, your channel membership. I appreciate you very much, man. This is the best part of painting chaos. I think the hardest part is the legs. There's just so much on the legs. Once you move up, it's a little bit better. How's the mini war boss, Raven Overlord? They are doing fine. Sleeping peacefully, finally. Elisio, the man with the minis. Are they prime? 70 minis prime. Woo! I finished my fence. Now all I have to do about it is paint it nice. The 85K Orc collection dude has appeared. This is one of my favorite ones of this collection. It's like 3 faces stitched together. Oh, creepy, creepy. Very spooky indeed. All right. Pretty happy with that. All right, Raven Overlord, thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. I forgot I had a batch of salamanders in my shelf. Salamanders mentioned. Oh, Alex, you asked something? But are they primed? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, my guys are primed. My guys are primed. I always prime all of my minis. Yep. Very important to prime your minis. All right, let's paint some skin cloth. What does I like to call it? Flesh, Caucasian flesh tone leather. My voice is all raw because sometimes my little girl likes it when I sing to her. It helps her to sleep. But when I sing to her, I'm like lying down because sometimes she'll go to sleep like on top of me, you know. So like I'm trying to sing to her, but she's on top of me, and her weight is like pushing me down on my chest because I'm holding her like sleeping on top of me, and oh boy. So like I'm trying to sing to her, but it's like at the same time my throat is getting all scratchy and croaky.